I got a pretty nice little class of Charolais heifers, and I mean, when you first walk up to them, they've probably got some sort. But the longer you study these cattle, just as far as longevity and quality, there's two of them that come to the top pretty easy for us, and that was 1 and 3. Between those two heifers, I know there's some size difference, there's some maturity difference between them, but those are the two that fit us just as far as quality, body shape, and just the way they reach out and go. Study that one heifer, that's the one that's more opened up. She's wider in her chest, she's bolder in her forerib. You study that one, it's no surprise she's bigger hipped and bigger backed, really stout, good looking kind of a heifer. And where she's not perfect is her upper hip. She's a little high tail head, a little round out of her upper hip, and the way that one goes just maybe gets a little stilty out of her rear wheels. 3's the one that I buy into the hardest, just off of quality. Man, that is one fresh, good looking, soft and sounding kind of a Charolais heifer. Brings a lot of good to the table, just as far as her muscle system, the way that one moves. She's so elegant and so good about her head and her neck, where she's maybe not quite as advanced in her indicators as far as maturity and flesh is. She's just a little more closed up in her forerib. She's a little narrower chested, not quite as powerful as that one heifer. So of the two cattle with quality and a good skeleton, we ran the top of the Charolais heifers 1-3. You get into a bottom pair that are kind of on opposite ends of the spectrum, just as far as their build and their type and their kind. Study that 2 heifer. She's awfully good bodied. She's really good in the set to her hip and her hind leg when she gets out. Awesome right at the surface, big feet, really good skeleton kind of a heifer. Study that girl though from the side. That's probably the one that's the plainest and the most advanced as far as the way her chest sits in her, the plainest about her head, neck, and throat. But from a cow perspective, that one's awfully neat. 4 is the one that's probably just a pinch tricky because that one's so elevated. She's fresh, she's good looking, she's extended, one that has some shape and some substance. She's the one that stands out as probably just the hollowest as far as her body shape. She's the most concave out of the backside of her shoulder, the tightest back into her flank. And when you study that girl in motion, we got a little bit of an issue just in the way she goes out of her upper hip. She doesn't hinge and really flex, just wants to swivel a little up there. And as we project that one out as a bred, maybe that's where we'd like to fix her. So I think a really nice class of Charolais heifer is going to keep it pretty short and sweet. Sort the good ones up, and don't matter what size they are. 1-3, 2-4 is the official on the Charolais heifers with cuts of 2, 4, and 3.